What's up, guys? New day in the barn. I'm gonna be doing some work on the Super Duty here. I am waiting on parts for my Jeep. I already have parts for my truck. That's why I'm gonna be working on that today. I'm gonna be doing the axle shaft yet again. It never fails. Every trip that I take this truck on, I break an axle shaft every time. I've broken the long shaft, the short shaft, in, out. Pretty much every variation of breaking this axle shaft on this truck, I've done it. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's a Dana 50, 30 splined axle shafts. I'd like to upgrade this axle eventually to a 35 spline Dana 60. Just not there yet. The Dana 50 came in the truck and I'm making the best of it until I can do the better axle. So we'll fix it again as many times as it takes. I am trying something a little different today out here in the stove. I'm burning some cherry pits. They're actually doing pretty good. I've got good heat coming out of this thing, just as good as wood pellets or anything. I might keep buying these cherry pits. So back to the task at hand today, axle shaft on the Super Duty. Now's as good a time as any to kind of lay out what we do here if you're new to the page or whatever. Yeah Dude Off-Road, this is not a big money off-road outfit. We don't have a lot of money to throw into our trucks. That just is what it is. The axle shaft I'm putting in today, it's straight from the junkyard. The only new part I'm putting on, it's a brand new U-joint, because the U-joint on that axle shaft is wasted, but junkyard parts. This truck was a $650 truck when I bought it. It wasn't usable, wasn't a good runner or anything, and off of junkyard parts, this thing is my main off-road toy. The Jeep will follow once I get that one done too, but we're making them go as cheap as we can, and that's something I actually enjoy to do. It's enjoyable for me to go salvage a part from a junkyard on a truck that was otherwise given up on and throw it into this to keep this one going. I think that's awesome. I'm gonna keep doing it. One day, maybe I'll have the means to buy better parts and not break as much, but in the meantime, I'm enjoying the state that we're at. And that kind of goes for everybody. All the other guys in the group, you know, I have my truck, now the Jeep, Mike has his Jeep, Evan's Cummins, Jesse's half-ton Chevy, Hayden's Avalanche. These are all built off of junkyard parts for the most part. And I think that's cool. Hopefully that's an inspiration to anybody else. You don't have to have a lot of money to do this stuff. Of course it costs money, a little bit. It's any hobby does, but you don't have to be the big baller on the trail with the big money rig. We can still have fun anyway. We do this on a very tight budget, and we have a blast. Back to the axle shaft. Let's get this thing going. Well, I'm starting to think that I misdiagnosed the exoshaft, at least on passenger side. I thought this side was the side that was broke. It felt floppy, but there's nothing wrong with it. Other than the seals are just wasted. So it's a good thing to pull it out anyways and replace those, but I think now I'm gonna tear apart the other side, see what it looks like. Now I'm getting really scared. So I got the driver's side tore apart. That axle shaft looks fine. Oh boy. I'm trying to look inside the axle tube. Nothing looks bad, but I think my next step's gonna be taking this cover off the diff and seeing what it looks like inside it. I thought for sure I had another broken axle shaft just because that's par for the course with this truck when I lose four-wheel drive, and it felt like an axle shaft. Well, here we go. As you can see, a lot of water came out of there. That was most definitely from the last trip. Probably because that axle seal was compromised, so it just let water go right into the diff area. And it's not looking good in here. There is big chunks of stuff in here. There's a broken spider gear. This is definitely not good. Big chunks of stuff in here. There's another spring. So, what I said about an hour ago about trying to keep this axle alive a little longer, I might have a different idea after looking at all this. I don't know. I got some hard decisions to make here. I'm gonna keep digging at this thing and see. We'll get it out and we'll look at it. Well, I got everything out and cleaned in the parts washer. This is what I ended up with. Most of the guts of this thing, you can see in there with that gear stripped out. There's obviously, it's wasted. This was actually, it's not that old. Maybe a year ago. Oh no, probably 2 years ago. I put this in. This is a Yukon limited slip that I put in this truck. It was my stock ring gear that I just put on this unit. And, you know, being that it's a Dana 50, it is weak for 40-inch tires. So I can't say I'm too surprised with this. Not to mention the water and mud and just total neglect that happened inside there. That was definitely from that bad seal on the axle shaft there. It just, the last trip was wet and muddy, and it let all that water and mud right in there. And just, I'm sure that was part of why this thing grenaded. But now I have a dilemma because I want to upgrade this truck, upgrade its axle from a Dana 50 to a Dana 60. I got some thinking to do of, am I going to do it now? I wasn't planning on doing it yet. But do I rebuild this and break it again? Most likely. That's a tough one. So I'm gonna have to do some thinking and figure out which direction I want to take. You know, that's kind of how it goes. So I ended up coming out here in the barn today thinking I was going to replace an axle shaft. Easy job. I've done it many times. And obviously that wasn't the case. So, you know, that's just how it goes. I can't be mad at it. It happens. This is part of what we do, you know. I'll fix it and enjoy it again. So yeah, I'm keeping my head up. At least now I know what the problem is, so I can create a plan to fix it and we'll go from there. The next thing too is I was planning on getting this truck ready for a trip coming up. It's not looking good for it. So whether I get the truck ready or not for that, I might be taking the Jeep. That thing's not ready yet either, but I think I might be able to get that one going faster than the truck. The Jeep, it's gonna be a work in progress, but so is the truck. It's been that way since I've had it. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But thanks for watching this video. That's a good update on what's going on with the truck. And probably be doing some more work on the Jeep when I get some more parts that should be here soon. So I'll get back after that, hopefully get that thing going and be able to do something, you know, be able to take them out and enjoy them. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Ready to go in the house?